all of you a question, and the question is that how many of you generally are concerned about the pollution in the city and climate change? Please raise your hands. My second question is that how many of you really are concerned about the fact depleting water level table? I want to start my talk is by saying that if I keep on asking these questions for the rest of the afternoon, you keep on raising your hands, because you will be agreeing with me on certain shared concerns, certain problems, possibly some solutions. If I repeat this social experiment, city by city, country by country, I will get similar set of response. Let me put this in way. We need to think about the climate change, because you are the generation, the Gen Z, who will be living this life of 50 years or 60 years, and the old ones will die, unfortunately, and you are going to face those climate change problems. The problems such as forest fire, depleting polar ice caps, glaciers, the low level of water table which can be currently facing in Rajasthan in so many regions. Some places we have a salty water which is not drinkable for an animal, and crops cannot survive that water. So I begin a question understanding about how we are going to respond to this climate change. We are going to need to solve this problem by implementing some small steps by ourselves, volunteering on certain aspects, such as in your home, you can segregate the waste materials. In home we have plastic waste also on regular basis and the bio waste. If at home we are doing a small step of segregation, of separating that waste, then we can contribute to the journey of a sustainable future, the SDG goals for the sustainable environment. Because on the current going pace, if we are not taking these measures, then there will be catastrophic events of the unfortunate happenings. We have adopted 1.5 degrees Celsius of set parameters of the global climate change temperature, and currently we are now at 1.2 degree 8 Celsius. And this point, all over the world we are seeing the flash floods. In India, the Kerala flood, Kedarnath flood, and recently in Pakistan, and the forest fires which are happening all around the world. And we can take a small example. Currently the air quality currently Currently, the air quality in the city we are having is about 300 AQI, and safe level for the AQI is below than 80. If we are breathing that air which is about 300 of AQI, we are breathing the 2.5 air particles. In that we have the pollens, nanoparticles of plastic which is all around our earth. If at the topmost point of the world, on the Mount Everest, even that in the ocean, there is no place is left where we don't have plastic. In our own body, in average span of human life, a person has 16 kilograms of plastic waste while living his life, which is 80 years. Before the generations of 1980s doesn't have this plastic waste in our body. But we are facing this issue. The small changes is that we should not think that someone should do something about this, because nobody is going to do something about you because you are having a problem with it. You should say that I should do whatever I can about this. I am not asking about you to collect money of 2-3 lakh or 5,500 rupees, even to 10 rupees. A small step of segregating waste for the sustainable future, or guiding the people not to do certain things which are harming our environment. If I ask you a simple thing, do whatever you can do about this problem to be solved, as even a small step for the future, because you are all the future politicians, bureaucrats, actors, businessmen, businesswomen, and you are going to face this all issue, not the current Prime Minister or other leaders or IS, RS officers. You are going to face it. And the current rate, we are growing at the population threshold from 2080, we will be having most of the highest population. The concern starts from there. As the climate change increases the global temperature, the failure of crop will start. We will not having the wheat or barley enough to feed our own self, and it is impossible to feed a cattle, a livestock. And we can take the example of COVID-19. The COVID-19 was such a catastrophic event on our life. Students have lost their 3 years of life in this period. We need to focus on that. If the polar ice melts, then we will be facing a biggest threat to humanity, because in the North Pole ice will melt surely around 2060. And where we have stored the uranium radioactive waste of all the atomic bomb testing, and which will be exposed in the ocean. The North Pole helps to cool down our atmosphere and climate. If there is no ice left there, there will be no cooling effect. We can take the European countries where we are seeing heat waves, low level of rivers, forgotten rivers. Or in old India, people are growing the wheat from the industrial waste water, which has lead in it, heavy metals. There was a story around few years ago back about the Maggi noodles that we eat. That lead has been found in Maggi, but lead is too costly to add it in Maggi. That Maggi noodle is made from wheat, and that wheat is grown from water. If that water is contaminated, that wheat will also has those properties. Nobody has added that lead in that Maggi. And there was another story in 2003 of the Pepsi and Coca-Cola having heavy metals inside their packaging. Why? Again the water. Because that water was contaminated with heavy metals. We need to focus right now because we are the educated ones. Those were the years when we were not educated enough to know. And now we are connected via social media. The threat to humanity by climate crisis is a serious one. Because of this lead and heavy metals, there are so many problems are going to be facing by us, such as early puberty, breast development in men, and India has the highest number of the plastic surgery in men to remove breast. Why these all things happening? How the males having estrogen high levels? Because of these factors, the contaminated water with high influence of the industrial wastewater. There was a river in our state owned Rajasthan, Dravati in Jaipur city. That river is no more a river, it's an industrial waste water, and people are growing food from that. And we are saying that we need a 48 liter rupee milk. If we want 48 rupee milk, then we are going to face adulteration in that. Because the big dairy companies, corporations, they are going to pay them less to the farmer. The farmer then will add those chemicals in that milk. And then you are asking why we are having these chemicals. It is not that if we are going to a big supermarket, then we are getting a good product. The need to be concerned about climate change need to be think by you. We should not waste a paper. Many of you should know maybe one sheet of paper is made from a bush of tree leaves or grass. It is too costly to waste a paper. We need to cut forest to have those paper. It seems a fun to waste a paper, making an aeroplane and throwing a bits of paper. But in the future, you will be regretting those days. You should know about the COP27. In that, countries have agreed to pay other countries which were not major polluters for the climate change revenue to help them, because Pakistan has not done those climate change activities. It was majorly done by the China and India also. But who's going to face those consequences? Pakistan. And in recent future, we will be going to face that situation. The Bangladesh country, which is 70% going to be submerged by 30 years. They will not be having a land to live. If we are going to continue, increase those activities, the water level will rise. The coastal area, people will not be able to live over there. Extreme drought will follow. Do you know, in 2017, Sahara Desert has snowfall. Can you believe Sahara has snowfall of about 1 feet thick in desert of nowhere? A snowfall where we don't have a water to drink. Why these all things are happening? Because of the climate change. We are not experiencing those climate change problems, but in Delhi, NCR region, Noida, Gurgaon, where the students like you are going to the school every day, they are facing those problems on the highest level. They are having asthma. They cannot play outside. If they are going to play outside, their health will become disorientated. Can you believe that? By playing outside, your health becomes disorientated. You are smoking a cigarette without smoking it in Delhi NCR region. The students or the children of 15 years old are having cancerous cells in their lungs. A black soot which is found in a chain smoker, but in 15 years old child has those smoke of soots in his lung. But 20 years ago it was not a problem, but now it is a biggest problem we are facing in India. So we should not say that something about this. We should do whatever we can about this. There are many examples. Padma Shri Sunda, he has grown a full tree in a 1 liter of water. And someone saying it is not possible, it is possible. He made that possible. And he is doing that. A great environmentalist. And anybody can do that. It's a simple process. Not a complicated one, a laboratory or a greenhouse. Easy one. We can contribute to our society in small steps. If you are going for a travel around a country or a city, you are eating a packet of chips or something like that, and you are opening the window and throwing it away on the road. It's not my concern. My car is clean. My bike is clean. My bus is clean. My bag is clean. But your environment is dirty, unhygienic. That wrapper should go to dustbin, not on the roads or the jungle area. And if we are doing these measures, we are not going to decrease the output of gross GDP of our country. If we are not doing these things, we are going to pay for those things in the nearer future. And it will be a biggest maximum loss we can have. And this climate change will introduce So many of diseases we have not seen right now. The population will start to decrease from 2090 onwards. We will not be having overpopulated population. The problem will be having underpopulation. We will not be having the younger population, the older one we will be having because of the climate change. So many species has been endangered and lost forever because animals cannot adapt easily to these changes. But as we humans can adapt, so we are saying we are not going to feel these changes. And if we reach 1.5 degrees Celsius of the climate change, it will be a catastrophic events, tsunamis, cyclones on the extreme level, not having water to drink, war on waters, not on the land area, on water. The third word will be of for water. Who has water is the richest country in the world. So we need to think about these small things. And I would like to conclude my talk here.